come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson.
God damn, how many tackles are you going to fucking break?
The 30 down to the 25.
Come on, defense.
Plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards. I would say the numbers don't.
There we go.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Play action now. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Fuck.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, Cousins to Jefferson on a slant. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
They'll throw again. Cousins looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation, because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because
and he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try.
Come on, fuck it up. Fuck.
Kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Oh well, at least I held them to 3 points.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Yeah, shut up.
For the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again this Seattle Seahawks offense.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And that throw behind his man, he missed it, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 22 carries, 104 yards, and a score as well.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 7 yards the pickup there. On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Carson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Come on, heck, damn ball already.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Gerald Everett his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He lost 6 there on the first down play. To throw again on second down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45.
And that guy just keeps getting better. And I'm talking about Tyler Lockett, who just made that nice catch there for a first down. Now in his 7th season with Seattle, last year may have been his finest yet. And even 100 catches, many of them of the spectacular variety. Paired with DK Metcalf, a heck of a dynamic duo for the Seahawks. And Gerald Everett makes a good catch there for a first down, and he was signed away from the Seattle Seahawks division rivals, the Rams, after 4 years in L.A. backing up Tyler Higbee. He's excited about his opportunity in the Pacific Northwest. Last year, 41 catches, a career high.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson.
God damn it.
Out on the hit, but they'll say it's
Come on, Vikings.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Al Woods able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up
God damn it.
Smith. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right. So that would have been something from that distance. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Rolling to his right. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. On third down, Wilson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all? Now Cook hit, and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Cousins now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They run for it with Carson, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Prior to that, they were 2 for 2 on fourth down conversions in this ball game. Now 3 for 3.
And you've got to figure their luck's got to run out at some point, doesn't it? I will just tell you from a defense's point of view, someone has to step forward on fourth down and make a play himself because they're just letting it happen to him right now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things as it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Running for it, here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins now from the 50. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook.
Fucking roughing the passer. God
Losing
damn it.
yardage back near midfield at the 49. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Carson, and he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now an option play on 2nd down. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it's 2nd and 9. Wilson wants to throw it. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. this home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins again. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And a timeout comes in.
Yeah,
the whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the